Hello and welcome to the Park Life Podcast. My name is Mike. I'm a travel agent that specializes in all things Disney. On this podcast, we talk about a variety of topics throughout our journey, all in the sense of helping you make the most of your magical Disney World vacations. Today is episode 50 of the Park Life Podcast. I'll be honest, when we first started doing these, I never dreamt of getting to 50, but here we are today. And today's podcast is going to be called It's Party Season. Almost. This is July of 2025. We're going to talk about the different parties in the holiday seasons around Walt Disney World, specifically Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in the Magic Kingdom, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party in the Magic Kingdom, and Jollywood over at Hollywood Studios. Now, let's start with party dates. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, the tickets are on sale now. Party dates, and I'm going to give all of them to you here: August 15th, 17th, 22nd, 24th, 26th, 29th. August 19th was a party date, but it is sold out. In September, party dates are September 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th, 14th, 16th, 19th, 21st, 23rd, 25th, 26th, 28th, and 30th. And in October, holiday Halloween party nights are the 2nd, the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, 10th, 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 19th, 23rd, 24th, 26th, 28th, and 30th. October 31st is a party date, but it is sold out. Party ticket prices range from $119 to $229 per person. Ages 3 to 9, I think, are about $10 cheaper than adults. Anyone attending that's under the age of 3 does not need a party ticket. There are a total of 38 parties for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at the Magic Kingdom this fall. We jump into Christmas. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at the Magic Kingdom. Party dates November 7th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 14th, 16th, 18th, 20th, 21st, 25th, 26th, 28th, and 30th. And in December, party dates are the 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, 12th, 14th, 16th, 18th, 19th, and 21st. Party ticket prices for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party range from $169 up to $229. And Jollywood at Hollywood Studios, those party dates in November are the 8th, 15th, 17th, 22nd, 24th, and 29th. And in December, party dates are the 1st, 6th, 10th, 13th, 17th, 20th, and 22nd. Prices for Jollywood range from $159 up to $199 per person. And again, children ages 3 to 9 are about $10 cheaper. Anyone under the age of 3 does not need a party ticket to attend. A number of party nights for sure. Now let's talk about the times for the parties. For both Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, the party runs from 7 p.m. until midnight. You can enter the park for the party with a party pass as early as 4 p.m. on party day. For Jollywood, that party runs 7:30 p.m. until 12:30 a.m. And again, with a party ticket, you can enter that park as early as 5:30 p.m. I would note 5:30 p.m. is the earliest they've allowed guests to enter for Jollywood compared to the last 2 years. Magic Kingdom on party days closes at 6 p.m. for those without a party ticket. So if you happen to be in the Magic Kingdom on one of those party nights and you're not staying for the party, at 6 p.m., if you're not already in line for a ride, Disney cast member will start to usher you towards the front of the park so that you can make your way out of the park. Hollywood Studios stays open until 7:30 p.m. on party dates for those without a party ticket. How does Disney know whether you're allowed to stay or not? Well, you need to acquire a wristband that you will wear during the party that gives the cast members visual knowledge that you are supposed to be there for the party. You'll find a special kiosk area that you can scan your Magic Band or show on your phone or scan with your Apple Watch your party ticket online, and they will then provide you with that wristband. If you are going to the party, do not expect to walk up to the entrance without a party ticket on party day, assuming you'll be able to buy one. I will tell you in the past, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party sell out, and they sell out early. Like I said, 2 of the Halloween party dates have already sold out. So if you're going to either one of the Magic Kingdom parties, absolutely you need to pre-purchase your ticket. I see it time and time again that guests show up to the gates assuming they'll be able to buy a ticket on the party night. Jollywood, this will be year 3 in 2025 for Jollywood. So we have a small sample size. The inaugural opening of Jollywood in 2023 saw more than half of the party dates sell out. Last year in 2024, approximately half of the party dates sold out. So it's possible you could show up to Hollywood Studios on a party night without a ticket and buy one, but I would highly encourage you not to roll the dice and be disappointed. If you're going to Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios during the daytime of a party night, but you're not staying for the party, so you're just a day guest, if you will, not staying for the party, these are some of the things you can experience and expect to see at those parks during the day. First off, the biggest one, lower crowds. A lot of people are going to go to a different park because they want the entire day's experience of the park. There will be shorter wait times because of the lower crowds. So, again, if you go to Magic Kingdom on a Halloween or a Christmas party day during the daytime, you'll get shorter wait times for your rides. Now, I will tell you that the park does start to get busy after 4 p.m. on Magic Kingdom Halloween and Christmas party nights, and after 5:30 p.m. at Hollywood Studios for Jollywood party nights. Magic Kingdom again closes at 6 p.m. for non-party guests, and so you'll be shepherded out of the park at or shortly after 6 p.m., depending upon if you're in line for a ride or not. Please note, and I think this is a big one to know, there will be no fireworks, no happily ever after on a party night. So if you're there for the park day and you do not have a party pass, you'll be leaving the park at around 6 p.m. and you will not be inside the park to see Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom. It does not operate on party nights. Hollywood Studios again closes at 7:30 p.m. for non-party guests. However, they do have Fantasmic. It typically runs at 6:30 p.m. during party nights, which means both day guests and Jollywood party guests can see Fantasmic on the same night. Please note, though, that means the park could be incredibly busy and you might want to get in line early for a spot to watch Fantasmic. Now, if you're going to Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios during the daytime and you have a party ticket, you can get your wristbands at the Magic Kingdom after 4 p.m. and at Hollywood Studios after 5:30 p.m. If you're inside the park at those times, you do not have to leave the park to go get your wristband. I want to reiterate that you do not have to leave the park. Some people think that they do, and they're just spending extra time walking further distances and waiting in longer lines. There will be different party pass wristband kiosks set up around the parks that you can go to. And typically, in my experience, at 4 o'clock, 4:15, there's little to no wait. You can get your wristband in and out pretty quick. And again, you do not have to leave the park and re-enter. If you do, you're going to stand in an incredibly long line to get your wristband. Now, if you are not going to the park during the day, or if you're taking a midday break, let's talk about those two things, two different experiences. So you're not at the park during the day, You don't have a party, you don't have a ticket to get into the park for that day. For instance, let's say the party's on a Friday. I'm not going to any of the parks during the day. I don't have a park ticket to get into the parks for the day. I'm only going to the party that night. In that scenario, you will line up outside of the Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party for your wristband. The line will get long and it will start to form at about 3 o'clock. So you'll want to plan accordingly. Either get there early and stand in line for about an hour to get your wristband and get in, or maybe hold back and not arrive until 4:30 or even 5 o'clock. That line will start to dwindle at that point in time. You'll be able to get through, get your wristband, and get in much faster. Now, what if you're taking a midday break? So again, my party's on a Friday. I'm at the Magic Kingdom during the daytime, and then maybe at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I head back to my resort to take a break and rest. When I come back to Magic Kingdom at 4 o'clock, let's say 4 o'clock, I do not have to stand in that long line to get my wristband. I have a day pass to get me inside the park. Just go straight to the regular entry turnstiles, badge in like you did that morning when you got there, go right into the park, and then find one of the kiosks and get your wristband. You'll wait much less for that. Very helpful, very time saving, um, especially for the Halloween parties and particularly August and September. It's still hot. So the less time you have to wait out in the sun, the better. Now let's talk free food. One of my favorite things. If you're going to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, there's technically not free food. However, there is trick or treating. So you're going to get free candy if you trick or treat. And I'll talk a little bit more about trick or treating here pretty soon. If you're there for the Christmas party, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, there are free cookies at different stations around the park. And they will either have hot cocoa or typically apple cider of some type of cider. All of those are free at the Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. If you're going to Jollywood for that party at Hollywood Studios, there is no free food, no free drinks whatsoever. So keep that in mind. Now, my favorite part, the highlights of the parties. So let's start with Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And I mentioned it already. Trick or treating is one of the highlights. There are 6 or 7 different stations for trick or treating. They typically have large blow up um, items that you can see that signify that it's a trick or treat site. They also have special party day park maps that you can look at, and they have those designated there. You do not have to have a costume to trick or treat, and trick or treating is for everybody with a wristband. Again, this is happening as after the party starts at 7 p.m. And you have to have a wristband to be there. So you can trick or treat. Disney will give you a lot of candy. We've come home with not a small bag, but pounds of candy before, especially if you trick or treat late at night, just prior to the party ending. They're dishing out even more candy. And you can go through as many times as you want to gain or get as much candy as you want. When you enter the park and show your wristband or get your wristband, you'll be provided a trick or treat bag. It's typically, I think mine was purple last year, if I remember right. If you happen to be somebody that has allergies, you can let them know and they will give you a different colored bag. When you go to each of the trick or treat sites with that different colored bag, they won't give you any treats there, but they will give you a token. The end of your trick or treating night, there are certain locations you can go to, provide your tokens, and they will give you allergy free treats that you can take home and enjoy. Back to the highlights of the party: costumes, 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 costumes. Now, I mentioned this already, in August and September in particular, and sometimes in October, it can be pretty hot. It is hurricane season, so it can rain. I've been to the Halloween party 4 or 5 times. I will be honest, I've never worn a costume. And it's primarily for the reason that I want to be as comfortable as I can be when I'm in the park. So I may have a t shirt on that has some type of Halloween print, but I'm not a costume person. But I'm a costume watching person for sure. So let's talk about costumes in particular and the rules around them. They must be family friendly. There cannot be any abusive or obstructive or violent language or print on the costumes themselves. If you're wearing a costume with a cape, the cape cannot hang down below your waist, so keep that in mind. No masks for park guests ages 14 and up. Your littles can wear a mask, but please understand part of the reason why they don't want masks is because it can obscure your view and you can trip and fall. So if your littles are wearing masks, especially if they're not in a stroller, make sure you've got them by the hand so that you can help keep them safe. Costumes cannot drag on the ground for that very same reason. If the costumes are dragging on the ground, you can trip and fall, getting injured or injuring others around you. If your costume happens to have any props, they cannot resemble weapons. So keep that in mind. Costume watching is one of my favorite things to do at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I'll remember it till the day I die. The very first time we ever went, down Main Street was walking somebody in full on Cruella de Vil costume with the long fur coat, makeup, everything. And I was amazed at the details of the costume and honestly in awe of the fact that that person was wearing that costume and it was probably 90 degrees out. I think I was sweating for them. We see a ton of families all dressed up in costumes that just are spectacular. I've seen a family with mom, dad, and kids, and they're Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs. And unfortunately, dad is dopey. A lot of great costumes, a lot of great people watching. Here's some other highlights of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. They have the Cadaver Dans, not the Dapper Dans, but the Cadaver Dans, all decked out in ghost attire, singing wonderfully for your enjoyment. You can head over on the outside of Pirates of the Caribbean across from the entrance and watch the Rusty Cutlass Pirate Band. A lot of fun. The kids really enjoy it. They'll dance. It's a great experience there. There is the Hocus Pocus Spectacular stage show at the Magic Kingdom during the party, and this is party only stage show. There's the Boo to You parade. There are going to be two songs if you go that stick in your head. One is Boo to You, and the other one is It's Good to Be Bad. I can almost hear it in my head as I say that. One of the other highlights of the parade are the grave diggers, but my all time favorite of the parade, and this is really important to note, let's, for argument's sake, say the parade is at 9 p.m., just making this time up. At about 8:45, roughly 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes prior to the start of the parade, the headless horseman will make his way through the parade route. You want to make sure that you are set up in your parade spot well ahead of that time so that you can enjoy that experience. The park, essentially, I feel like it goes completely silent, and all you hear is the clip, plop of that horse as it slowly makes its way through the parade route. It's awe-inspiring. I almost can feel the hair on my arm stand up just thinking about it. And then lastly, party highlight at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is the fireworks. It is not happily ever after. It is a special fireworks show specifically for the Halloween party, so it's unique and something different that you'll get to enjoy. We're going to stay at Magic Kingdom and we're going to talk about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and the highlights of that party. I mentioned earlier, but free cookies and free drinks. Free is one of my favorite things when it comes to food, so that's one of the highlights. The Christmas time parade is spectacular. First off, you get to see Santa Claus, which is always cool, and the kids love that. My absolute favorite thing of the parade, though, are the toy soldiers. I mentioned the clip clop of the Headless Horseman's horse on the parade for the Halloween party. The toy soldiers, 15, 20 of them, however many there are, in unison, clip, clop, as they march through the parade. Always a fan favorite and something that I have to see every time we're there. They have a special Frozen stage show for the Christmas party, which is pretty cool. And the fireworks are also unique at the Christmas party. Again, not happily ever after. It's a Christmas special fireworks show. And there are dance parties happening throughout the party in the Magic Kingdom. Let's go to Jollywood over at Hollywood Studios. This is year 3 for the party, and Disney continues to make strides to make it a better experience from the past, which we appreciate, always making strides to make things better. So, first, my favorite, I think, is the Disney Holidays in Hollywood show in Hollywood Studios. It's where the Beauty and the Beast show is, if you're familiar with that, over by Tower of Terror. This Christmas special is hosted by Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. They also have a Nighttime Before Christmas sing along with Jack Skellington, which is pretty cool. There are also dance parties happening around Hollywood Studios during Jollywood. They have a Glisten. It's called Glisten, Glisten, exclamation point. It's a skating show, which is pretty phenomenal, thinking about the fact that it's probably 70 degrees still. And then they do have, I mentioned this earlier, you can see Phantasmic early, technically before the party starts, Jollywood starts, but they also have a special fireworks show, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam, which I've seen and it's amazing. It's done out over the Chinese theater. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show. Let's see what else do we have here. My notes flip over. One of the other cool things about all three of the parties are the characters. While they do have a lot of the normal characters you see during park days, like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy, Pluto, um, Tigger, so forth and so on, they are in special holiday garb. For the Halloween party, they are dressed in Halloween costumes, and it's as cute as can be. And then for the Christmas party, they're in their Christmas attire. Same thing at Jollywood, you'll see some of the normal characters, they'll be in their Christmas attire there. But one of the cool things about the parties are the fact that you'll see special characters. The Magic Kingdom, for both the Halloween and Christmas parties, you'll get to see Jack Skellington and Sally. Also, during the Christmas party, you'll get to see characters like Santa Stitch, for instance, Duffy the Bear. Phineas and Ferb will be at Hollywood Studios during Jollywood, so special characters that you don't get to see normally during regular park days. Let's talk about the rides. First off, the rides are all operating during the parties. So you can take advantage of all of the rides with shorter wait times. I'll talk about that in a second. But there's special overlays on some of the rides at the parks. So let's start with the Halloween party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Space Mountain has a special overlay. It's completely blacked out for the ride. Um, the Teacups, the Mad Tea Party, Teacups has a special overlay. And then last but not least, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor has a special Halloween twist to the jokes. That show is one of my favorites, by the way. For Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, Space Mountain also has special overlay with holiday music. The Tomorrowland Speedway is fantastic with lighting and decorations. I'll be honest, it's a ride that we typically don't do anymore, but we always do it when we're there for the Christmas party because of the decorations. The teacups have their special overlay, and then what is normally called the Jungle Cruise is actually Jingle Cruise, so it has a special holiday twist. And then lastly, but again, not least, the Laugh Floor, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor has a special Christmas twist to it. Jollywood does not typically have any what I'd call ride overlays. However, the Hollywood Tower of Terror Hotel does have an amazing projection show throughout the evening that I can sit and watch over and over and over again. It's spectacular. Lastly, from a not necessarily a ride perspective, but special features perspective, if you will, Magic Kingdom down Main Street, typically after the parades wrap up or during the parades and as they wrap up. And then at Jollywood, you will get to see Snope, Snoap. It's mashing the word Snope, I'm mashing the word snow and mashing the word soap together. It snows in those parties. Pretty cool deal. Let's see here. Should you go? And if so, what strategies do you want to employ? I'm going to start by saying I don't think any one strategy is better than the other. I think I've done all three. but I can't say one's better than the other. It's really about personal preference and maybe what you and or your family need. So if you're going to go to the party, um, should we go to the parks as well? So strategy one would be resting during the day and then going to the party that night. That way your energy levels are high when you hit the party. You're not worn out from a park day. Option two would be do the park during the day, do the party that night, and then the next day have it be a resort day or a rest day. That's also a popular option. Option three, and this is the one that I probably do more often than not, is go to the park during the day, go to the party that night, go to a park the next day. This is less of a strategy and more of making the most out of your vacation. If you're only there for 4 days, for instance, you want to get the most out of everything. And so having a resort day is probably not going to fit into your plan. So doing what I said, park day, party night, park day is what you're probably going to do. Now, I will tell you, we typically mix in maybe a couple hour rest. We'll go to the park when it opens for rope drop, do that till noon, maybe 1 o'clock, go back to the resort, rest for a couple of hours, and then head to the party. Remember, you will enjoy low crowds during the daytime and low crowds during the party. So let's talk about that real quick. During the daytime, a lot of people opt not to go to the Magic Kingdom if it's a party day because they want the full Magic Kingdom experience. And the full Magic Kingdom experience means not having to leave at 6 p.m. And it also means getting to see Happily Ever After. So they won't go to the Magic Kingdom during a party day. So your crowd levels are much lower during the daytime. Nighttime parties, the crowd levels are low. Magic Kingdom has a park capacity of 100,000 people. They sell approximately 30% of that for Halloween and Christmas party event tickets. So you're looking at about 30,000 roughly people inside the park compared to a normal park day. If we looked at 365 days of the Magic Kingdom of park attendance, a normal Magic Kingdom average day has about 54,000 people inside the park. So you're almost half of that inside the park during the parties. Now you compare it to busy times like Christmas, New Year's Eve, and you're probably looking at 30% of the crowd. So low crowd levels is always a magical thing at the Magic Kingdom and at Hollywood Studios. Now, if you're not going to go to a party, now you've got three strategies. Number one, do the park day on a party day and enjoy the lower crowds, but understand you'll miss Happily Ever After at the Magic Kingdom. Go to a different park during a party day. So we're going to go to Epcot instead of Magic Kingdom on a party day, or we're going to go to um, Hollywood Studios when it's not a Jollywood night, or we're going to go to the Magic Kingdom when it's a Jollywood night, whatever the case may be. So you're going to get the full park experience from rope drop to park close, normal park close time, happily ever after, all of those things. But understand that the parks might be a little busier because people opt not to go to the other park during a party day. You can just do a different park altogether. Go to the Animal Kingdom, for instance. And the third option, if you have the park hopper ticket, and this is my favorite strategy of these, is go ahead and go to the Magic Kingdom during the day on a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party or Not So Scary Halloween party night. Enjoy the lower crowds during the park daytime. And then at 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon, go ahead and rope drop over to Epcot or to Hollywood Studios if it's not a party night there and enjoy the closing time and the nighttime festivities at those parks. A lot of different ways you can take the most of your experiences and enjoy the most. What I would probably say overall is don't stress. Um, you'll get the most out of what you want to get the most out of. Make sure you go at the pace of your children. If you're there with littles, 3, 4, 5 year olds, and they go to bed at 8 o'clock every night, maybe doing a party is not a good idea. Certainly, maybe not doing a park all day, party all night, and park next day is not a good idea. So plan accordingly to what your family can manage and enjoy. If you've never been to any of the party nights before, I would certainly encourage you to give one a try. Yes, it costs money for that. Maybe you don't do a park day that day and save the park admission for the day or the party ticket price at night and enjoy the lower crowds. For some people, it's a one and done. For others like me, it's got to do it every time we're there. But if you never go, you'll never find out. So I would highly encourage you to give it a try. I think that's it for party season and episode 50. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope to see you for episodes 51 through 100. Again, this is the Park Life Podcast. You can find me on YouTube on the Park Life Podcast channel. You can also see me on Spotify for these Park Life podcasts. We drop these every Monday morning at about 5 a.m. Eastern with the intent of giving you the opportunity to listen in while you're driving to work, taking the kids to school, running errands, or out for a walk. Love to hear your comments, so please chime in. Have you ever been to a party? What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? If you've never been to a party, do you think you'll go to one? Do you have a topic that you'd like me to talk about in a future podcast? Let me know that as well. That is it for today. Thanks for joining me. I will be back again next week with the next Park Life podcast. Until then, have a great day, great week, and remember, it's a great day to be alive. Bye, everybody.